to Never a
You're on
Foul.
mute.
It's your what's that?
You was on mute. It was still on mute, but now so we're gonna.
Oh, is it? Oh, I hate when I do that. I always do that early, man. Big up, guys, man. Welcome back to Never a Foul. It's your Thursday afternoon, Thursday morning stream, lunchtime stream, wherever you are. Big up the guys that are watching wherever you are around the world. And please make sure you smash the like button. Please make sure you subscribe as well. Please make sure you also subscribe to Big Six Bants because they're going live straight after this show as well, just after 12:30.
Breaking news. We're not going live. We're not going live.
Oh, you're not going live now?
Usually, I know that's usually the.
Okay.
Today we're gonna, because obviously of a few absentees. We're not gonna.
What? Were they going hard celebrating the Carabao? Yeah.
Oh no, with good reason. With good reason. There is an absolute mega panel at 8:30 today.
Oh, there we go.
Arsenal versus Liverpool. The preview. If anyone's a fan of Big Six Bants, then you'll know we do this twice a year, where myself, Coppish, Troops, Babs all get together.
Oh, major.
4 versus 4, straight Royal, not necessarily a Royal Rumble, but it's a 4v4 type beat. And then again, it's just going to be a bloodbath. So obviously,
half 8, yeah?
Half 8, be there.
You
know when they say we must and Arsenal must, chat, you must.
Yeah. That's going to be energy over there. So there you go, people. You know what to do. Lock in at 8:30 tonight. Big Six Bants. Big up Mustafa in the building as well. Wayne, I love this one, man. 6'49" in Jamaica, you know. You got two of the panelists of Jamaican here. Obviously, I'm saying Kits, but you know what I'm saying? It's still big up yourself in the West Indies, man. So respect. But yeah, guys, make sure you're liking the video, subscribing. Cass isn't well at the moment today, so hopefully he's back later. If not, he'll be back tomorrow as well. So big up, people. But yeah, where we're going to start is obviously last night Liverpool got the job done, beating West Ham. I'll be honest with you, I didn't watch the game, so I'm not going to come here and talk like I watched Curtis Jones and Harvey Elliott and done all that. I was out yesterday for my friend's birthday, but I did check the score and I was like, wow, the way Liverpool responded, obviously after drawing against Man United at home, and they made a few changes. I saw the lineup. There was no Salah and stuff like the big hitter. It was like, you know what, Harvey Elliott, Curtis Jones, players like yourselves who have been like welcome us the other day. He wanted to see in the starting lineup and step up. It looks like based off the scoreline, they did. That's probably the perfect kind of win going into the Arsenal game. But chat on last night, Mons. How did you lot get on? Was the scoreline reflection of the performance?
Oh, 100%.
Okay.
They didn't breathe. They didn't breathe.
Raw like that.
Yeah, bro. They got oiled up. Still. They ain't know it. They ain't know. You know what I'm saying? Like, we from minute 1 to minute 90, I think that was maybe about a 5 minutes, a little bit of a 5 minute period after Bowen scored where they looked like, you know, maybe they might fight for something, but it was just domination from minute 1 to 90, man. We pressed them high. They couldn't get out. They couldn't play out. Even when Paqueta and that came on, didn't make a difference. Donny just got kicked in that and was just lying on the floor for most of the game. A lot of standout performances. A nice 25-yarder from Szoboszlai just to kind of get the
confidence flowing.
Yeah, get the little quiff VO5 thing going. So it was nice to see that. Also, Curtis Jones and Harvey Elliott. Well, Harvey Elliott and for me, Harvey Elliott was very, very, very good. He was absolutely everywhere, and obviously Curtis Jones was man of the match performance. So it's not too much I can ask for from the boys. Really, I feel like it's not about so much the Carabao Cup. It's more about the prep for the game on Saturday. I've always had one eye on Saturday, and I think the fact that we put in that performance now puts us in a better stead, in a better position to go and face Arsenal at Anfield, because I didn't kind of want to go into the Arsenal game off of a performance against Man United. And I still stick by what I said when I say I feel like the game against Arsenal is going to be an easier game than the one against Man United. You guys have heard me say this many times.
You said it to me. You said it to me, man.
I've stuck by it. And how about it's 50% right? Because how difficult was the United game? Like I said, it would be.
Yeah, you know it was. You made it. Yeah, it was hard work. 100%. What do you think about that, chaps? You know, when one says, you know, the Arsenal game on the weekend is going to be easier than what it was against us. When you look at Arsenal's defense this year as well, obviously you got the Gabriel Salibas, you got the Declan Rice, you got the Bermuda Triangle, if we want to call it that. Do you agree with Mons on that?
I mean, I hear what Mons is saying. Like, I hear what Mons is saying. This basically based on the job that has to be done. The Arsenal game will be easier because at the end of the day, they're two teams fighting for the title. Yeah, trying to go first place. They have to come out and play. Whereas we could have sat back. Well, we did sit back, and we could have just stole a win. It's difficult for them. Monty said it before.
Is it more the styles then you're looking at? Because you know the Arsenal are going to come there to try and play for win, which gives Liverpool space.
Yeah, I don't think Arsenal have a different style to play. I feel like they play one way, and I think Liverpool know this, and it will suit the way Liverpool play. To be honest with you, because Liverpool will know that if Arsenal go toe to toe with them, you know the transition with Liverpool is a bit mad. So, especially at Anfield as well, I see Klopp saying he's not impressed with the atmosphere. So,
wait, I wanted to touch that. Run it.
They're gonna be out in full voice, applying the pressure. So, yeah, man, I agree with Mons, man. I think that it will be not. I wouldn't say when they say easy, it doesn't mean that like it's gonna be easy to win. But it'd be an easier game for them to play how they want to play.
Yeah, and get chances and sort of like, get openings because, Arsenal will come there to play. And this is funny, though, because on the flip side, we'll touch it obviously a bit more shortly, is that I feel like out of all the years that Arsenal go to Anfield, I always feel like Liverpool are going to win that game because psychologically they just seem to have them. But this is the year that I actually feel like if I was an Arsenal fan, this is the most confident I would feel going to Anfield. But it's so funny you mentioned Jurgen Klopp because obviously Liverpool got the win. Curtis Jones played well. Harvey Elliott played well. You know, players come on and scored. So Szoboszlai, he got dragged off against us, which I think actually, even though he wasn't having a good game, changed the balance of Liverpool, funny enough. I feel like when he went off, there was just something in the ball carrying and getting in behind Amrabat, something that they just missed when they took him off. Hopefully, he has a better game against Arsenal. But with Jurgen Klopp coming out, that's not something he normally does. I don't know if he actually, not saying he don't believe, by the way, because I feel like Klopp does speak with his chest, but it's not that I don't believe what Klopp's saying. I just think that he feels like we need a little bit of that extra 5%. So psychologically, it's the right time to say to the fans, I want a bit more because they know that they're going into this Arsenal game, which I feel like he knows is one of the hardest games of the season. When you play Arsenal or you play City, on paper, they're the hardest game so far this year if you're Liverpool because you can't play yourself. So what do you think on that? Because Roms was at the game. I know Roms was at the game. I haven't really spoke to him about it. Do you feel like your fans need to do more, or do you think Klopp is trying to do the psychological thing once going into the biggest game of the season so far for you?
Yeah, I'm not really a fan of giving the crowd something to shout about because I feel like we should be shouting anyway. That's kind of what we're there for as Liverpool fans. But at the same time, two things can be true. Like if he wants a better atmosphere, then we'll give him a better atmosphere. That's what we're here for, football about the fans, and that's what we'll do.
And you think the fans will respond to it in a positive light then, yeah?
Yeah, I think that's the only way we can. I think obviously, remember, Klopp is kind of that. He's not in a position where, like, per se, like a Ten Hag or, like a Pochettino where there's kind of a load of pressure at the moment in terms of his job. He's kind of in that green light. No one's really got anything bad to say about Jurgen. Realistically, do you know what I'm saying? He's in the green light. So I think any kind of asks and demands, I feel like the crowd will probably take that. The fan base will take that in a positive light. I can see why some would take it in a negative light, especially those that are probably there, feeling that they've already shouted their shouting as much as they were. But there's no. Listen, as fans, we always ask for more when some of the players aren't giving almost everything. So why can't they ask for more when we feel like we're giving almost everything? I feel like two things can be true. I also think Klopp needs to also do a bit more and tactically approach this game like how we approached the West Ham game. Positive, plenty of shots on an onslaught, but again, at the same time, be defensively intelligent and know what Arsenal possess going forward. Because even though Arsenal's attacks have both been a bit underwhelming for me, I think over the last month, Arsenal Liverpool attack both been underwhelming.
Yeah, I have to agree. Actually,
the squads have been so good. The goals have been spread throughout both squads. So I feel like we need to really try to get the front men firing, and that's why I was really glad that Gakpo got the goal. I was really glad that Szoboszlai got the goal. Even Curtis Jones to kind of get those shooting boots ready. In my opinion, the last Arsenal man wanted was Szoboszlai to score a screamer the day before after all that was going. That's the last thing these men wanted.
Yeah,
do you know what I'm saying? Yeah, man. I don't think Klopp's too much in the wrong. Sometimes also a little bit of mind games before a big clash. All the managers kind of do it. Remember Arteta with the Anfield speakers. Like, there's always these little mind games before a game, simply to kind of just press something to talk about. You know how it gets, man. So,
facts. I hear you. What are you gonna say, chaps? I see you like kissing your teeth a
Nah,
little bit.
man. Klopp's just playing up mind games, man. He's seen that documentary. He's seen the speakers on the touch thingy, and he said, "Yep, turn up the volume on these man, yeah, because these men are fragile, man. This is what he's trying to do. He's playing the mind games, and you have to respect it because at the end of the day, right, Liverpool are Liverpool, Arsenal are Arsenal, yeah. What we know about Arsenal, obviously, Arsenal have done well in recent times, but when the going has got tough for them, they have bottled it, and Liverpool, not so much. You know what I mean? Liverpool can play through the pressure times, innit? So I think Klopp wants to go into the game, just turn up the heat on these, because obviously you've been hearing all this talk about Declan Rice and, like you said, the Bermuda Triangle and whatnot. Yeah. Well, let's give them. He's probably thinking, let's give them the highest pressure that we can give them and see what happens, innit? Because all this talk now, it's time. I keep telling Arsenal fans that it's all good doing the banter and thinking, yeah, because we're top of the league and whatnot. But right now, it's year 5 of phase whatever. And it's time, in my opinion, it's time for someone to come up, well, their manager to come up with the goods. So right now, I think, yeah, this is the big test for them, man. I don't think it's decisive. It's not decisive. Like, who wins and loses here doesn't lose out on the league or win the league.
Yeah, I hear you.
But at the end of the day, it gives you an indication of who is actually serious. The mentality is there. Who's actually ready for this?
I'm going to disagree with you though, because I think that if you're saying that Arsenal being fragile, over the course of last year, people can say that, and even if Arsenal fans don't like it, they were ahead in the league and they bottled it, kind of thing. But I feel like now, obviously, they qualified for the Champions League comfortably, which they should in their group, because I feel like that was a Europa League kind of group. But I still got to respect it. They done their job, yeah. They played City at home. Game was not great. Even on paper, you thought it was going to be a good game. They got the 1-0. You know, they score late on. Martinelli comes on, does his thing. Great, great finish, deflection, whatever. But you take it and you take the 3 points. But when I look at this Arsenal team, I feel like they're prepared for Anfield now. I feel like these little losses that have gone their way over the last few years at Anfield, I feel like this is the year where they're going there with Saliba, with Gabriel, with Ben White, with Zinchenko, with Declan Rice there now, who, despite people, whether they like him or not, or think he's overhyped or not, mentality, the leadership, and being British as well, and understanding the fixture and what it means, big clubs, top 6 games. I feel like at the moment, Arsenal fans will be fancying their chances going to Anfield. Now, I'm not disrespecting Liverpool. I think Liverpool are a good team, and I think that, on their day, they can score goals. Style-wise, it didn't work against us. They will get space in behind Arsenal, and I think both teams will get chances. But when I look at that midfield as well, and I know that McAllister's not there, so it's going to be maybe Gravenberch if he's back. If not, it'll be Szoboszlai, maybe.
Gravenberch won't be.
So it'll be Gravenberch. So it's going to be Szoboszlai, Harvey, Curtis Jones, sorry, and someone else. I just feel like there's always timing for games. It's like when you're a boxer and you time it right. And I feel like Arsenal could be turning up this weekend and timing it right. It wouldn't surprise me if they go to Anfield and get the result. I just feel like, right, and I'm not saying they've got everything going for them, but they haven't got like big major injuries. I feel like mentally they are stronger now. I feel like their centre-back partnership in Gabriel and Saliba, they're ready for this test now. And if anything, the only question mark I have is Zinchenko up against Salah. That is going to be the big one for Liverpool. Can Zinchenko handle Salah? Will Salah get in behind? Will he get him an early yellow card? Will he tug him down or something like that? And that can then put, Arsenal's defence on a bit of eggshells. But this is the most confident I would be if I was an Arsenal fan going to Anfield, despite Klopp rallying the troops. The truth is, we played there last week, and yes, we wasn't amazing. But you even said it. We could have done a smash and grab. We could have won 1-0. Based off the chart, they had shots, but based off the clearest shots, Højlund, we didn't score that, but he should have just side-footed that in their post. 70 minutes, we probably keep out and win 1-0. So for me, I do think that Arsenal can get a result. And I'm not disrespecting you lot, Mons. I just feel like at the moment, the way you are and where they are, they can be confident.
So they're the favourites then?
Nah, I wouldn't say that.
No one would say that.
Come on it both ways.
If someone come on here, if you're on a panel tonight, right, with troops them, man, and they're making a case for why they think they can win, and they're not speaking on the gas or the hype, they're speaking with the logic, I could not go against that, because I feel like what I said makes a good argument for why someone says Arsenal can win. If someone said they've done an ACCA this weekend once in our group chat, and someone sends it and they've got Arsenal win and said, oh, do you know, top up the odds and, they're 2-1 or something, I'm not going to be like, you're crazy.
I'm not set, but I didn't say you're crazy. I asked you, are they the favourites?
I think it's a very 50. I think it's a proper 50.
They're not the favourites. They're not the favourites.
Okay. Well, the way I see
Are
it,
Liverpool the favourites?
it can be looked at in two ways. It can be looked at in two ways. If you want to go off history, heritage, and all that, then Liverpool are the favourites. I believe at Anfield, Liverpool are the favourites in every team. For any team that comes to Anfield, I believe Liverpool are the favourites. Could be Real Madrid. Could be anyone.
Okay.
I believe Liverpool are the favourites. As long as we're not stinking it like we were last season, then more time we should be the favourites, innit? Yeah. However, Arsenal are the better team. Most would say. Better 11.
Yep.
Less injuries. Obviously, only 1 point higher in the table. Pretty much identical records, but you'd say they're a bit more stable than Liverpool are at the moment. I think Liverpool are more. We have more individual game winners than Arsenal, but Arsenal are more stable unit as a team at the moment. So if you're looking at quality, Arsenal are the favourites. But if you're looking at history, Liverpool are the favourites. So
okay, but you don't base it off history. We don't base it off history. You know that.
No, I'm based it off.
Not just history. I'm talking about just Anfield, innit? When I say history, I just mean Anfield. Liverpool being at home, making us the favourites. I'm
basing this off this season, right? Yeah. How many points have you not dropped at home this season? How many points have you dropped at home this season? 2. Yeah. So
that was against us.
And that was this week. Yeah, that was against us this week, right? Yeah. So at Anfield, yeah, you lot up until the last 7 days, you lot had a 100% record. What else do we know about Liverpool, right? We know that Arsenal can go there, yeah, because we've seen it last season and we've seen what Liverpool do this season, yeah. Arsenal can go there, go 1-0 up, yeah, and still be nervous. Do you know what I mean? We've seen that Liverpool can go 1-0 down and come back and win games, yeah. I can see Arsenal going 1-0 up and losing this game 2-1 easily. Yeah, we've seen them go 2-0 up last season and end up being a draw. So for me,
is this not a better Arsenal?
Liverpool, yeah, Arsenal versus Liverpool at Anfield. Liverpool are the favourites, and that's what I think. And
do you think Arsenal are better than what they were last season? Maybe not performance-wise, but as a unit.
I don't think. I think for the vibes, the atmosphere surrounding the club, the feel good vibe, yeah. But on the pitch, I wouldn't say, because last season I said the same thing. For them.
Why?
The same thing that I said. I said they spent all this money, right? And what they needed to spend the money on was a striker, and they've done the same thing again this season. And then, so they've done the same thing this season. Now in January, they're talking about getting a striker and whatnot. So they clearly know that they're not the finished article, and they clearly know what they need of. So
but they weren't the finished article last year, and they bought Declan Rice this year, which has actually solidified their midfield. They had Granit Xhaka, and I respect what Xhaka had done, but Declan Rice in the long term, he is more of a solution and a guy for Arsenal. Would you agree? So how are they? I don't get how they've got worse. They haven't sold anyone. They haven't lost anyone.
I'm not saying they've got worse. But I don't see, like, because what you have to remember is what last season, like, they was going around talking about Thomas Partey being the best DM in the world, and Declan Rice didn't get a mention. Yeah, now Partey's disappeared, and they've got Declan Rice. I mean, it's very hard for you to speak to an Arsenal fan and say who's better, because they can say Declan Rice now, but they wasn't saying that last season. And at the end of the day, I don't think them replacing Declan Rice with a Partey, for what Partey done, I don't think that improves them. Like I said, I don't think they've regressed, but at the end of the day, they have more squad depth, and I don't think in terms of a vast improvement, I don't think so.
No. If they were both fit, Traps, if they were both fit in the number 6, I would have Thomas Partey over Declan Rice. I don't know what you lot are saying, but I feel like as a passer and a controller, Declan Rice is not on Partey's level. That maybe physically in the interceptions and maybe like that sort of robustness, yeah, cool. But when I'm talking what I like in my number 6, the Michael Carricks, the Rodris, the Thomas Parteys, for me, Thomas Partey would be starting ahead of Declan Rice. But maybe some people would agree with that because Declan Rice is having such a good season. But what are you, man, saying on that? I know Partey's not here right now, but if he was, would you, man, be having Partey in the 6?
It's hard to say now because of how well Declan Rice is playing. What I'm not going to hear is world-class shouts. Not hearing world-class shouts from Declan Rice. He's playing at a world-class level, but I'm not hearing world-class player shouts. I think he's very, very, very good. I think he's definitely going to reach the world-class quota probably within a year if he keeps this
What does
up.
it take for him to get that? If he wins the Premier, if he carries Arsenal to the Premier League this year, would you say in the summer he's
certified?
Okay,
certified. But if you win a major and you're a mainstay in that major, and I've seen it for at least a year before that as well.
And you've played a key part in that, yeah.
How can I not call you world class? But I always say this though, and I think this is a thing, and it's not all Arsenal fans, but I think the quota when it comes to and what I'm going to do is I'm going to do this a different way. For Liverpool fans, what we do is we make when our player is here in terms of legacy, we talk about them like they're here.
Okay.
Everything's inflated. Yeah, we do this when it comes to so we're talking Mo Salah's legacy, we're going to do that with it. Do you know what I'm saying? Or, you know what I'm saying? Like, we're going to do that. We're always going to inflate it. With Arsenal fans, I believe that with the world-class quota, the world-class bar, for their own players to be world-class, the bar
they know where to be.
Is
yeah.
So for example, and I said this, I'm not going to spend too long on it, but it took three years, a little bit more than that, for everyone to really go, you know what, Harry Kane's world class, you know. It took over 3.5, 4 years for us to go, you know what, I'm not gonna lie, that's world class. You can't even deny it. Mo Salah was a 1-season wonder for 2-3 seasons. That's we had to it's 2-3 seasons, really. You know what I'm saying? Until we went and won the champs. And then when we won the champs, people started going, do you know what? Yeah, cool, we can't really deny it now.
Yeah, like, consistency. Yeah.
Declan Rice is world class after 6 months. Not even 6 months. How many months have been in the Premier League? Started in August. How many months have been? It's been 4 months.
Yeah, we'll talk.
Listen, I'm old.
My point is that my point is, bro, it's just that like one of their players can go and get the world class tag after a year or 6 months without a major. But if it was a Tottenham player, no, we need to see it for 3 years. No, we need to see it 3 years. We need to see a major alongside that. Do you know what I'm saying? Like I don't like the fact that you're in the same conversation as a Rodri, who is, again, and I rate Rice very highly. I think he's playing at a slightly better level than Rodri at the moment. I just don't really, I think it's a bit disingenuous to someone who's just won 3 Prems on the bounce and is a main stake on it, scored the winning goal in the Champions League final, compared to a player who wasn't even man of the match in the Conference League final. Excuse me? If Arsenal fans had just won, if Arsenal just won a treble, and their DM was being compared to Man City's new DM, who just come off of winning the Conference League, and now they're in that same conversation.
Yeah.
These men will be like, excuse me, pardon me?
Yeah.
What?
No, I agree with you. Because I don't put Declan Rice in the world class either. I think that he's a very good player, and I think people take offense to it. You know, when you like, if Muntz is saying now, like, I don't think Declan Rice is world class, it doesn't mean that he doesn't rate Declan Rice. Because I'm in the same bracket as Muntz. I think Declan Rice is a good player, but he's not world class yet. For me, I want to see if he wins the Premier League. I want to see if there's a bit more of a consistent period over the next, say, year and a half even. So I'm talking about the end of next season. Can you kick on? Can you do it again in your second year? Can you elevate again? I think he's done very well for Arsenal, but I expected him to come in and, you know, try and make an impact. You know, try and be that guy in midfield, show that leadership. That's what Declan Rice wants to do. If you start a new job, when you start a new job, you're not going to go in there and sort of be chilling like you've been there 3 years and you know what's going on. You're right, Karen, you're right, Steve, or whatever. You're right, Marlon. You know, you're going in there, you're on time all the time. You know, you're taking your 1 hour lunch break and you're back at 59 minutes. You're on point. And that's what you do when you go to a big club. And Declan Rice is kind of on that probation where he's doing everything on point at the moment. And I'm not saying he's going to sack off, because I don't think he has that mentality. But
absolutely on the path. Absolutely on the path.
He's on the path. He's on probation at the moment, and he's passing his probation. He's gonna get that. He's gonna get the contract. He's gonna get the seat. But how do you judge the world class thing with Declan Rice? Because Chats, I feel like you feel like he is world class here, and for me, do you think he is?
Listen, I'm old school, bro. You see this world class stuff that people been throwing around, yeah?
Well, I think it's just too thrown around, yeah.
It's too loose. It's used too loosely. I'm not gonna lie to you. It's like
I'll run the supers after.
And you're hearing as well. You're hearing like ex-players that were world class coming out now saying, if you're athletic, you can have a good career and things like that. These men are world class. Do you understand? So my thing is this: that if you score a few goals in a season, and if we go by certain things, Kevin Phillips was world class for a season. Do you know what I'm saying? Like
that's the thing. Michu, yeah, bro. I've seen Michu have a world class season.
That's what I'm saying. this is what I'm trying to say. Like, if you go by these standards, after a season, there's a lot of men that were one season wonders that had a good purple patch that were world class. Because if that's the case, we should still be screaming that Rashford's world class. That's the truth.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's the truth. Because then it'd be easy to say, judged based on this logic, we say like he's world class. He's just going through something right now, but he's world class. But no, he's not world class because he doesn't do it consistently at a consistent level. Yeah, for periods and periods and periods, and get your team to win trophies, and that's a fact. So until like Mon said, until you're a mainstay and you are an integral part in the team, week in, week out, that play well and get your team to winning something, I don't think the world-class argument should be. And it's the same with Harry Kane. Harry Kane, for me, is a great goal scorer, but he's had opportunities for me where he could have put England on his back and had the game of his life against Italy. He could have put Spurs on his back and had the game against Liverpool. He could have put Spurs on his back again.
I've always questioned him in big games, chaps. I've always questioned it.
But that's what I'm trying to say. Like, so how can you call a man world class? You are an elite goal scorer. That is what you are. But you're not world class. A world class is any place, anytime, anyone can get it.
Can I ask you a question then before I run a super chat? In world football right now, this is to both of you. You said Harry Kane's not world class. Mons might think he is, so I don't know what Mons' answer would be. But chaps, you answer first. If Harry Kane's not world class in the current climate of world football, is there any strikers that you class as world class right now in world football? Right now, playing. And I'm gonna remove Benzema because he's gone to Saudi. But right now, away from there, are there any people that are world class right now? If you want to throw in Benzema and Ronaldo and say, do you know what? I am gonna put them in there. Then cool.
But you know what? That's the sad thing. That's the sad thing. That's what we grew up on. That's where the bar's at.
But we can't. We can't do what we grew up on. We can't do what the nostalgia is. We know they were world class. Well, you might think they are now, but if Kane's not world class for you, is there any striker in the world that is world class for you, or do you feel like they all just fall like the Osher? I mean, everyone's falling under the perimeter.
For me, the one that comes off my head would have to be Mbappe. Mbappe, that's a world class guy there.
Probably a striker, though, so it's hard to even say that.
Yeah,
the pool of strikers is dead. The pool of strikers is dead.
Yeah, I don't think there is. Man.
I think Harry Kane is absolutely world class, just simply because he's just done it for too long. You can't score 30-odd goals in a team that in different Spurs teams. Not like Spurs have had the same team for the last 10 years. They've mixed and matched, chopped and changed, and Kane has showed that his levels have never dropped. Never dropped. I still question his big game quota. I don't think he's a very good big game player. But I would say that Harry Kane for me is the one exception of being world class about winning something major. I think this is a big season where he has to. Otherwise, if he doesn't win that Bundesliga and Leverkusen win it, serious questions if we're talking.
Bro.
But for me, the only world-class striker right now is Erling Haaland, and that's it. That's it.
Oh my God, I forgot about him. I forgot about that. Yeah.
That's it. Like, he's the only one that comes to mind when I think world-class striker. Lewandowski, 8 goals in the Liga, struggling.
Yeah, he looks like his age now, Mons. He looks like his age.
The age. The wrinkles are starting to hit him. The quiff. He's not doing the TikToks no more. Like, I don't know. Yeah, he's. That's what I'm saying.
The dance is dropped off.
There's a new era and age of strikers now where the strikers I used to look at and kind of laugh at and go, yeah, you're all right. Other guys kind of get like, bro, like what? Ollie Watkins, how many goals he got in the Premier League?
Yeah, he can never be world class for me. He's capped.
Yeah.
You know what else I think as well, yeah?
People looking at him as like the top 3 in the Prem. Like if we're talking top 3 strikers in the Prem, surely Ollie Watkins is there. And that's the level of strikers, though. That's
it's not a disrespect to Watkins, but it just
It's not. Watkins and Tony are the two. You go Haaland, Tony and Watkins. That's right. If we're talking lines.
Yeah. But you see with Haaland, yeah, I think that if anyone gets that pass, it's Haaland, yeah, because at the end of it, but you know what? Don't get it twisted. There's still expectation. Haaland's come and brought records here, yeah, and he's done a mad thing. Arguably in a good team, but he was doing it anyway. Yeah, he was doing it from Salzburg days. You understand? So the only thing is, he's a Norwegian, so he's not expected. He's not getting to no final or semi-finals of World Cups and the European finals and the European Championship finals and that. So I think he gets the blind. I don't think Kane should get a blind, bro, because if Kane didn't do it for Spurs, he could have done it for England. And that's the truth. He's had ample opportunities. Like, for instance, yeah, There's been moments, yeah, where if Kane was a world-class striker, he would have got the job done. Squared it to Sterling for one, yeah? The Italy game, yeah? He should have put the country on his back. That should have been the game of his life. And then everyone can say he's world-class. He's won the European Championship. We don't care about...
he's back. Yeah, he's back now.
Yeah, we don't care about anything that he's done at club. He scored 300 goals, whether it is he scored. And at the end of the day, like, no one can really have chat for him. But the fact of the matter is, this is what I'm trying to see when you're saying world class, yeah. Like for me, if a man's world class, you can't have chat for man. That's as simple. Like, you can't have there's no chat for you. Do you know what I mean? So when I'm looking at Messi, there's no chat for man. They have to go to the Ronaldo versus Messi debate. And for me, regardless of what, they've both done immense things in their time. Some better, so some things sometimes better than the other. But at the end of the day, they're both levels. When it comes to the levels, they're both levels. So anyone underneath that, yeah, obviously there are good people underneath that. I mean, like, you got the Lewandowskis that's done bits, and you've got all these other ones that have done these bits and that. But these men are not that level, bro. So I can't. If you can have chat for someone and call them world class, I don't think he's world class. I'll be honest.
Okay, that's fair enough. Go on.
Just a quick point. You know, people are probably they don't like this opinion, but like, and maybe this is because of the evolution of football. But when Arsenal look at world class, and I said they lowered the bar, I don't mean all Arsenal fans, but when I look at like a world class, like for me, there are exceptions. So Alexis Sanchez was world class. I ain't having it from no one. Alexis Sanchez at Arsenal Football Club was world.
Yeah, I'd agree.
There is no, I'm not like, I will die on the hill. I will not hear it from anyone.
Yeah, it doesn't matter what they won or what they've done as an individual. He's world class. Yeah,
bro. Yeah, but that's what I'm trying to say, man. You can't have chat for him, though.
A world beater. There's no, you can't. I have eyes, bro. Same with Dimitri Payet in his short time at West Ham. I haven't seen, like, with my eyes. I think that, and that one's more of an unpopular one. Dimitri Payet, people won't say it. Do you know what I'm saying? Dimitri Payet, for me, because it was Dimitri Payet, Hazard, and Sanchez at one point, and them three. And I even say Ozil. I'm even gonna go as far as to say Ozil.
I can't lie. I have Payet below them. I can't have Payet in the same convo as them three, but that's me.
Not every year, but I know I hear that, to be fair, especially because of his moves are very questionable. But I'll definitely throw Ozil in there. I'll throw Ozil in there.
Yeah, 100%. Ozil back
Ozil in there. Especially even at Arsenal. I'm saying even at Arsenal, Ozil was world class.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but didn't he get 18 assists before January or some stupid stuff like that?
Yeah, Ozil was
it was a joke. It was a joke. Like, but obviously they're like, again, but as I said, everyone's bar for world class is different. And as I said, just to kind of round this off so we don't go off on a tangent, I don't think people can call Declan Rice world class just yet, but his form is definitely in that.
He's heading that way rather than.
But you see when you go, that's what I'm saying. But you see when you go to like Alexis Sanchez and them, man, you can't have chat for these man. This is what I'm trying to tell you. There's no chat.
He was making prime Messi cry.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. You can't have chat for these. But that's what I'm trying to tell you. That's when you call someone world class. You can't have chat for man.
Yeah. When they're messing with the best.
It's not like you see when the conversation starts with. Yeah. When the conversation starts with. He's sick, but it's not world class.
No, but I'm saying there are you obviously it is sometimes difficult when you know how we talk about we want to see like a major one or we want to lead our team to a major. Suarez didn't win a major at Liverpool, but Suarez is world class at Liverpool.
Bro, he's world class, man. Suarez, you know what? I hate,
but he didn't.
He didn't take Liverpool to the heights as an individual.
It wasn't the trophy quota.
Yeah. But you know what I do, Mons? This is where I agree with you. And we'll move on. I'll do the super chats, guys, as well. I judge footballers in world class in terms of individual and what I see on the eye test for me. I don't do it on what they've won or what their team does and whatnot. Like you said, Luis Suarez is a perfect example. For me, my favorite striker since 2010 in that sort of, if anyone says, who's your striker? Is it Lewandowski, Benzema, Suarez, or Aguero, or whatever? Suarez for me is number one from 2010 to 2020. That's my guy. And I'm a Man United fan, and I hate to sit on a Liverpool striker, but he could just do things where it's like raw. Like you are just brilliant. And I judge, Suarez is a perfect example because I judge him individually at Liverpool rather than what he won there and what he done because you could just tell he was world class. But I'm going to say Harry Kane for me is world class, but I just agree that the level of strikers is poor out there. You got the bar of like the Victor Osimhen's and you got the Victor Gyökeres's from Sporting Lisbon. You got like all these people that are trying to get that big Ivan Toney's, that big money move, but it's all a question of once they get that move, the Osimhen's to the Premier League, the Gyökeres to Italy or Premier League, Ivan Toney to a top 4 club, can they handle the pressure? Can they deliver on the different scales? It's a question that we're all gonna have to wait and see and find out. Guys, make sure you are running up the likes. Nearly 400 of you in the building, so big up everyone every single time. Make sure you also subscribe to Big Six Bants down below. 8:30, Bavs, Troops, Coppish, Liverpool fans on there, the Big Six originals as well. So make sure you go and lock in at 8:30 tonight. Big boy stream for the Liverpool Arsenal preview. Super chats here from Che says, look at how scared Klopp was in his press conference. That's what I said. He's running the troops. He maybe feels that, this is a confident Arsenal, but also he also does believe in his players. Of course he does. Big up, Che. Michael Ramsey says, Rubbish Jones played well against who? He can only beat who's in front of
Arsenal out last round.
Oh, they did as well. Yeah.
The team that knocked Arsenal out last round, the team that also beat Tottenham at home. But crap was time in it. That's hold on. We actually haven't spoken about the game, and I know we'll get to it after the Supers. But that's one thing that is very, very cheeky. When Jordan Gunali came in and said, "I don't want you guys say nothing. I don't want you guys ranting and raving, getting gassed, having a wank about the game." Bro, no one's calling West Ham a class side, but they knocked Arsenal out last round. And people were saying they're crap away from home. Oh, but they beat Tottenham away from home. So
I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. See, yesterday, yeah, I had a feeling. Yeah, I know it was the wrong feeling. I don't know what the feeling was about, but I thought to myself, you know what? Yeah, I feel like West Ham are gonna go there and do a job. Yeah, but do you know what? Yeah, when I saw the lineup as well, I thought, yeah, they've got a chance here. Yeah, and then. I don't know. I just feel that West Ham fell into a trap yesterday to go in to try and play Liverpool, and they just got stifled. But at the end of the day, look, West Ham are a good team. Don't die. We're not doing that, man. West Ham are a good team.
No. West Ham are a good team, but they. I'll be honest with you, chaps. The way they rotated, they're focused on beating us. So we must on Saturday because we're in trouble, I think, if not. Big up Chris as well. Says hypothetically.
No, your guy's in trouble, not me.
One sec. Hold it. Let me write. Hey, calma. Hypothetically, a quiet Anfield favours Arsenal. Big up Chris for the super chat. Delyan Georgiev says Arsenal are favourites. Come on. Big up as well. Big up for watching. Make sure you are smashing the likes as well. But yeah, if I had to pick a team, I would maybe just go with Arsenal. But I think it's a real 50-50, Delyan. I think that's why I'm looking forward to the game so much. And don't forget the boxing is on after that as well. Mons Lee Gunner said that Salah should go to Saudi Arabia in January. I don't agree with him. Yeah, nor do I. Big up Lee. I like Lee. I respect him, but nah, this disrespect to Salah after, he had one average game against Man United and Luke Shaw, and then people are just easy jumping on him. The guy's Mr. Consistent, man. Come on, man.
Yeah, well, what do I think? I just, pretty much.
Didn't he score yesterday?
It's, he came on and scored. Missed an open goal and then scored like 2 seconds later. It was, But
that is Salah. You know what I'm saying?
That is Salah. But yeah, no, why would, and for me, there's no price on Salah even now. There's no price. People say 200 mil, I'll take 200 mil for what? You can clearly. Why should Salah go to Saudi Arabia when the other 4 guys can't hit a barn door at the moment?
Yeah, it's mad, isn't it? Yeah. Would you keep him? Do you think he was? By the way, just once quickly, like yes or no kind of thing, based off like Saudi coming in at the back end of this summer just gone. They're probably going to try and come in again because I feel like with the culture out there as well and him being Egyptian, he's the big star. They probably want to take it to the next level again. Do you think he'll stay next year, or do you think this summer coming up?
My hot take is that Salah stays. I think Liverpool do well this season, and it might give Salah that impetus to kind of just
one more year in the Champions League. Yeah,
like he's got one more chance to play in the champs. Why not give it? I know it's different money, but the money people need to go and have a look at what Salah's actually earning at Liverpool is staggering.
Yeah. Like away from the contract, he's probably getting sponsorship deals.
Bro, not even the spot, bro. His bonuses at Liverpool are insane. So no wonder he's scoring all them goals.
Yeah, real talk. No wonder why he might be my FPL captain this weekend. But I agree with you.
I just think Salah might have become a little bit disillusioned with football in England. I don't think that he's fell off a cliff. I just think that he's thinking to himself, do you know what? It's getting to the twilight years. I have to have a serious sit down and a serious think about my future. Because at the end of the day, you have to remember.
Where have he shown that?
Why did someone say this about Son? He's the same age as Son, but no one speaks about this about Son.
But Son's not Salah, bro. Son's not Salah, man. Come on, bro. So see with Salah, it's like cool. Like, Salah's been doing battle with City for years and years and years, putting up mad numbers for years and years and years. Hasn't really been respected, yeah, for what he's done. And at the end of the day, it's like, cool, I'm doing all of this. We're getting, yeah, we've won a league, we've won the Champions League, but we're getting close. But do you know what I mean? The fight, I could just go have an easy life, yeah, in Saudi, where I wouldn't say easy life because people disrespect their league as well. And their leagues, people are going there, innit? So at the end of the day, people are not going there. That might be the money, but they're going there and there's serious ballers over there right now. So we can't really disrespect their team too much. But at the end of the day, like, it's like, cool, like, how, like, it's a question for Salah, like, do I jump before I'm pushed, sort of thing? Because it can all be like, yeah, we want to keep Salah, and then 18 months down the line, Liverpool could be saying, like, right, we want to get rid of him now. He's just sitting on the bench now. We found the replacement, and he's on the bench. So it's
hard to replace demons like that, though.
Yeah, but at the end of the day, regardless of what, he's getting of the age where a contingency plan has to come in place.
Yeah. And I think that's why you maybe get someone. I'm not gonna say they get this person, by the way, before comments laugh. But you know, like someone who's happy to have an impact in the Prem, but not always start. So say like they go and get a Brian Mbeumo from Brentford. Now, I don't think he's the major solution long term. But if you want squad depth, you want someone that's proven in the Prem, who can play off the right, he's left-footed. If you got Mbeumo in the summer and said, right, you're gonna be the sort of deputy to Salah because we're going to be back in the Champions League 2 games a week, then cool, I'm with it. But I don't feel like they'll go out and sign a number one hitter, the main right winger at the moment, like a Leroy Sané, and say, right, Salah, you drop into the bench. They won't do that. They're either going to wait and get a squad option in the summer, or they're going to keep Salah for one more year and then go and maybe get like a Leroy Sané at 28 and say, right, you're going to be the guy for 4 years starting. That's what I think they need to do, one or the other. They can't get a big hitter this summer.
You see what I'm saying? You see, like, you got two sides of the coin here, because Salah's thinking, fans will be thinking that, yeah, saying, yeah, cool, like, we need to get someone in or whatnot, or that's a good way to go about it. But in Salah's mind, you're thinking, do you know what? Yeah, I'm getting old now. I might fall off, and then I might end up on the bench. The Liverpool coaches and whoever the staff up there and whoever's on the board or whatnot might be thinking, listen, Salah's getting on a bit now, so we need to start looking at replacements. And at the end of the day, maybe he doesn't want to get caught in that limbo. So he, like I said, he might just jump before he's pushed, because he will get pushed. And I know people say, who can replace him? The harsh reality of it is he's going to get to an age where you're going to have to replace him. So it doesn't matter who. I
think he leaves on his terms, chap. I think if he goes to Klopp and goes, like, I'll give you one more year, they say, cool, you've been a legend.
But that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
That's fair then. Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. I'm done. You know what I mean?
I hear it. I want to move it on. So before we touch on Man City, because obviously spoke on the Liverpool Arsenal game. Obviously, Liverpool played West Ham yesterday as well. But then you've got Chelsea on the other side of it. Now, Chelsea have got Middlesbrough in the Carabao Cup. They're going to be sniffing that, thinking 2 legs. We can beat them. Obviously, Michael Carrick's doing all right at Middlesbrough. They play some all right football, but it's still Chelsea at the end of the day. And I know Chelsea have been misfiring in the league, but they were looking at this as like a golden opportunity to reach a major final. And 2 years ago, don't forget, they got to the FA Cup final, lost to Liverpool. Got to the Carabao Cup final 2 years ago, lost to Liverpool. So the proof's in the pudding that when it comes to finals at the moment, even though they both went penalties, Liverpool have got the psychological edge over Chelsea. But Chelsea want revenge for that. It's Pochettino, it's a new crop of players, and they're going to be saying, right, if we can't get top 4 in this Premier League this season, we need to at least try and win a major trophy. So I expect them to get to the final. Months, do you feel like if you get to the final, Chelsea could do something against you? Or are you more confident playing this type of Chelsea than what you would 2 years ago? Because we have to touch on Chelsea obviously being in a competition. Not disrespecting Middlesbrough, by the way, because Middlesbrough could cause the upset, but I don't think they will.
I think it's 2 legs anyway, so that's the thing where I feel like Middlesbrough won't get over the line. Like, if it's a one-off game, I feel like anything can happen, but over 2 legs, Chelsea got a little bit too much quality there, just on paper. But in a final, and I'd even take it away from the final. Whenever Liverpool and Chelsea face off, I never actually put my team as the favourites home or away, because, bro, it's just draw after draw after draw after draw after draw with these, man. We just cancel each other out all the time. It's always tight for no reason. They could be top, we could be 10th. We could be 10th, they could be top. That game ends in 1-1. I'll tell you that. You're a better man, Desmond. Just know. You know what I'm saying? Or just ball draw, even if you're really feeling spicy, ball draw. You know what I'm saying? Like, and there will still be even chances either side. It's just the game's just always it's just a dead rubber game. The 2 finals weren't too bad to watch, actually, to be fair. And there were a lot of chances for Chelsea and a lot of chances for Liverpool early on as well. But I think our teams have slightly evolved now, and they were better than us on opening day. Was that Anfield opening day?
Stamford Bridge.
That's Stamford Bridge, yeah. Stamford Bridge, they were better than us, I think, on that day. But I think we were still gelling, and Chelsea were kind of on that high of first game of the season, and obviously they're kind of shone through as to where they are in the table.
Pochettino as well.
Yeah, Pochettino very early days and whatnot. That manager bounce. Well, I don't know if there was a bounce, but they played a good game. They played a good game in it.
It was a step.
Yeah, it was a step.
That was more of a hop.
Yeah,
hop. We're going to hop. Yeah.
That was a 1 foot hop.
Exactly. So I feel like against Chelsea, I'd always back Liverpool to win in a final against Chelsea. But the fact that both games did go to penalties, I'm not gonna just act like they ain't no threat. And it's like Liverpool. I'm not gonna treat it like it's Liverpool Middlesbrough in the final. Like in terms of I go into that Chelsea game thinking, boy, that game is 50-50.
Yeah, they got Nkunku back. They'll have some couple of the key players. Lavia might be there by then.
Listen, I'm not hearing none of this, bro. Yeah, you lot are talking about Chelsea-Liverpool final, but I'm telling you this now, yeah. That Chelsea team is so bad, yeah. I'm backing my boy Carrick and I'm backing Middlesbrough to do them over 2 legs. I'm telling you this now. Yeah? I'm telling you this now because I've never seen, yeah, and this is gospel, yeah. I've never seen a Big Six team as bad as they are. They are absolutely shocking. Don't forget, yeah, they only get to this final because Trippier had a stinker, yeah? That's the only reason why they're here. Listen, Carrick will have these man, yeah? Listen, you just remember what Carrick done to these man, yeah? When we had Oli out, yeah, and we was getting battered left, right, and centre. We come off for 4-1 against Watford. He come in, set the team up in a certain way, and had Aaron Wan-Bissaka not done what he done, he would have got away with the win. And that was when they were champions of Europe, right? So I'm not hearing this, yeah. Carrick knows these man, yeah. Carrick knows he can do a job here, and I expect Carrick to see Carrick in the final. I do expect Liverpool to win the cup, but I expect Carrick to be in that final. I expect Carrick and Middlesbrough to be in that final.
What makes you think, right? Because I'm not saying you're wild, because at the end of the day, Carrick's been there. He's got them to the playoffs last year. He understands his players, where Poch is still learning his players, adjusting. But what makes you feel like Chelsea can't even beat Middlesbrough over 2 legs? It was a one-off leg, yeah, at Middlesbrough. I'll be like, cool, do you know what? I hear it. But over 2 legs, surely Chelsea have enough quality to beat a Middlesbrough and get to the final. When you consider, chaps, they're not going to get top 4. This is probably everything they're putting into it. Look at the way the players are celebrating and Poch is celebrating. They're taking this really seriously. Nkunku's going to be back.
They can take it as serious as they want, yeah. But I have been right about Chelsea all season, yeah. I told them with or without Caicedo, this is going to be a mess, yeah. They thought they done the W when they got Caicedo, and they thought everything was going to be great. I'm telling you now, where Middlesbrough in the championship right now?
Top 10, I think, at the moment.
They're in the top 10. So, and where's Chelsea, like 12th?
Yeah.
So there's probably about 10 places between them. So it's not that far. It's not that far of a drop down to Middlesbrough's level. Michael Carrick has got this team to certain levels, and he will know how to play. He's a Premiership player, yeah, that's won a lot of trophies. He'll know how to play against these kind of teams. And at the moment, like I said, Chelsea are not flying, yeah. So yeah, I just think, yeah, in this cup, yeah. And you know what, yeah, for the man here, CFC Reaper, yeah, Middlesbrough will be on my 365 bet. How about that? I'll post that on my bet. Yeah, I'm gonna put them down to beat you lot. How about that? Because
what we'll do after the second leg, I'll get you on the stream so we can talk, see who we're going.
Yeah, we'll do that.
We'll do that because I want to ask you something on Chelsea, yeah, because I think that Pochettino is the right man. I feel like Pochettino is slowly getting it right. When people talk about Chelsea and the football they're playing, I feel like there is a plan there, but at the moment the players can't execute it. I don't know if Monster's on the stream, but I spoke about Caicedo. I rate Caicedo, by the way. I think he's a good player. However, the same way Eric Ten Hag's used Casemiro, he's using Caicedo to try and get the ball off the back 3 or back 4, whatever Chelsea want to do. And he's trying to ask him to dictate play and play the first pass of the phase up, the build-up play. Casemiro, the same way at Man United. He's never done it at Real Madrid. Cruz Modric could do and all that. He was a destroyer. He would get the ball and give it to next man. All of a sudden, Ten Hag's like, right, you're going to play that 3-1-6. You're going to play in the 1 Casemiro and get the ball off the back foot and start dictating play. He's never done that. So what it's doing is making players that are actually really good at what they specialize in look uncomfortable, because all of a sudden you ask them to do things they're never really used to doing. Caicedo wasn't at Brighton pulling the strings and doing all that. He had Pascal Gross and all these men doing that. You look at Casemiro, you had Cruz and Modric doing all that. They're the guys that do the dirty work, the intercepting, do the basics and give it. And sometimes you need some of them man in the squad, because some of the best teams in the world that win the Champions Leagues and do all that are excellent at that specific thing. Now, Caicedo's being misused for me. So, chaps, if Lavia comes back, I think Lavia should go into that sort of deeper role, and he'd be the one. He's come through the Man City Academy. He can start dictating the play and pass it through the lines and help with the build-up. Where do you feel like the tide will change for Chelsea? Or is this something for you, chaps, that you think's permanent and it won't work for Poch? Because you're quite strong against Chelsea at the moment. Will it get better?
I put a reel out and I said I want all the clout when this becomes evident that Lavia will be a better signing than Caicedo. Caicedo made the wrong choice. He should have went to Liverpool, because he is in the midfield with McAllister. We know that works. It would have been easier for him to step in.
With the ball. Yo, McAllister, hold the ball. Pause.
So you go to Chelsea, And I don't think you go to Chelsea for footballing reasons.
Hold the ball. Sorry, chaps. That's a big put. I know Monts is clipping that later. I meant, hold the ball. Like, take it. Control. I said, hold the ball. Yo, carry on, chaps. Sorry.
So I just think that, look, for me, the whole, I'm not one to speak on it because obviously my club's in the mud right now, but in terms of board and structure and whatnot, but at the end of the day, right, there is no way you're going to spend £1 billion on players, you bought these players through 3 different managers, through 3 different managers, and expect Poch to come and sort this out because he's good with young talent. At the end of the day, like, it's a lottery what you've done. You've gone and bought 10, 20 players, and not 20 of them are going to bang. So I think for me, this is something that is not going to work at Chelsea. It's not going to work at Chelsea, and they're going to have to spend more money on senior players, to come into that team with experience and for all of it to work. So, and then, as it stands right now, this project that they have, it fails. In my opinion, it fails, and it will fail. They will have to spend substantial amounts to fix it.
To balance,
they're gonna have to spend more. And that's what I'm trying to say. So if you spend £1 billion and you're not at the top, or you're not near the top, or you're not progressing near the top, that means the project's a failure. If you have to spend more money on it, because it's a failure because it hasn't got off the ground. So for me, I just think this thing's a failure, and obviously the proof's in the pudding. And if Chelsea think that they're going to go celebrate Carabao Cups after saying to United last season, Carabao Cups, this, that, and the third, I'm sorry, £1 billion later, you lot should have some flipping shame, I'll be honest.
Fair. Guys, make sure you are running up the likes, by the way. People, there's over still 300 of you here. We're going to do another 5 minutes, then we're going to wrap, and it's going to redirect to Haji's stream as well. But guys, make sure you run up the likes, please support, and also check out Big Six Bands, because Monts has got a great panel tonight with Troops, Babs, 4v4, Liverpool, Arsenal, proper shutdown settings. Sorry, Monts.
I was saying just quickly. I know you said some managers have a tendency to use players or put them in a position they're not comfortable in. If you look at Casemiro last season, even though he was played as that anchor and it worked out pretty much perfectly, it was a world-class season last season, for Casemiro. We could all see that there's a certain level when you come from Real Madrid, especially after you've been there for a while and you're a mainstay. There's just a certain level. I always say it, when you buy a player from like Barcelona, or you buy a player from Real Madrid, and they've been there for a minute, there's just an aura about them. Casemiro, when he stepped onto the pitch, when Casemiro stepped onto the pitch, automatically is United's best passer, when passing is arguably his worst attribute. Do you see what I mean by the level? That's what I mean by the level. You ask Casemiro, what's your best attribute? You ain't gonna say passing.
Facts.
But some of the passes, there was one pass he made last season,
like a diag.
Oh no! It was like an inside reverse pass. Oh, it was disgusting.
Okay.
Disgusting. Like, and he's got that. Like, people say Casemiro's passing dead. It's not dead. Like, he's got a decent range of passing. Like, he actually got a good range of passing. But for his level, He's just good at he's good at the other. He's better at the other stuff than he is at pass. Similar to the whole Mo Salah's only a goal scorer, but Mo Salah's actually good at everything else. But his level of good isn't like his level of goal scoring.
Yeah.
It's different from Casemiro to Caicedo because Casemiro has been doing it at the highest level for a long time. Whereas Caicedo, for me, only excels in specific setups and specific personnel. You cannot put, like, we didn't know this because we wanted him. I'm not going to act like we knew this before he'd moved to Chelsea. He was in demand. Everyone would have been creaming over Caicedo, but I'm not even going to sit here and say I didn't want Caicedo because I did. You guys know the video. It's all there. Like, it's all there to see. But for me, the fact that he needs to be played in a pivot, the fact that I'm being told he can't play lone six, when that is the reason why Arsenal wanted him, that's the reason why Liverpool wanted him, and you damn sure United would have taken him. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So, like, and the fact that now, because we've been seeing that he sometimes is inconsistent in the lone six. Now, man, are telling me he's a combative 8 that also has forward going. He has tendencies and qualities going forward. No, we don't. Like, he's capable of playing the line ball through the passes, but he's capable of playing a pass through the lines. But that is what Lavia. That's a Lavia thing.
Yeah,
you want someone for that? That's a Lavia thing.
That's why I'm so intrigued to see what happens when he comes in.
Like, if I have Caicedo, I'm telling him, no, run around and kick people, and give it. That's it.
So what would be your before we wrap up? Yeah, so Monts, what would be your favorite free midfield when everyone's all fit at Chelsea? And we're including number 10 in this. So this is Gallagher, this is Cole Palmer, this is whatever formation you want. If you want to drop in Kunku in there, like whatever you want to do. But what is your free in midfield?
I like Gallagher in it. I think Gallagher's been Chelsea's most consistent midfielder this season, but Chelsea are sitting 10th, so that shows you that he's not good enough to be Chelsea's best midfielder. Does that make sense? Like,
yeah, I think Gallagher's a squad player. I was arguing with my boys at the meal last night about it.
Yeah, like, I think Gallagher's not the level to be starting at Chelsea week in, week out. I think, listen, and that's only what he's given us. Again, he's been Chelsea's most consistent midfielder, but look at the level. You know what I'm saying? And don't get it wrong. Jordan Henderson wasn't level for Liverpool for a long time, he became that. And I'm not saying Gallagher's going to do that, but I don't think teams give players the longevity that Jordan Henderson was allowed to have at Liverpool.
Yeah, I didn't like Jordan Henderson, but I understood what he did for you lot. Yeah, I hated him. I thought he was crap, but I understand what he did for you lot.
But to be one of the worst signings, be on the brink of leaving, come back, fight for your place, keep your place, become the captain, and then have the,
you got to respect it. I got to respect it.
That you had, and then become a mainstay in the team, bro. Chelsea wouldn't. You don't get to do that at Chelsea, and that's not Gallagher's fault. But you just don't get to do that. You don't get the longevity midfielders. I just don't think Chelsea are an institution that are gonna do that. You don't have 2 good seasons, you're gone. Swap and sell, hire and fire. Sorry, mate. So for me, that's why Gallagher's not in there. I'll say for me, I do rate Enzo in it. Say what Pete. I know he's come under heat. I rate Enzo, bro. So, like, honestly speaking, if I'm not being shameless, I do rate.
So you got Lavia, Caicedo, Enzo, and maybe a flat midfield 3 and just keeping it solid.
If it's a flat, it's not if. It's what you think. Cool. What you want, bro. I'd go 2 6s and a 10 in it.
So who's your 10 and who's your 6s? I'll
go for me. Lavia, Caicedo, and Nkunku. I'm going IC3, South London trio. Do you know what I'm saying? Come back. Okay. Like, for me, Caicedo's the warrior. Lavia's got the license to kind of be a bit more press resistant. Get the ball to the 10 in Nkunku. Get him. That would be the operation. Get him on the half turn. Similar to how Odegaard plays the right 8 for Arsenal. Nkunku will be an 8, but he's and then Enzo will be your guy off the bench to impact and change the game. Yeah, for me, Enzo can kind of come on, slow the game down, dictate play. And I think there'll be different games for Enzo, though. So for certain games... At home, when they're playing the Leicester team, they can dominate. He'll get on the ball. He can start. Right, that's kind of my thing with Chelsea. Okay.
I think what about you, Jackson? See with Lavia, if you look at Chelsea right now, in the performances, the standout guys for them right now is arguably Cole Palmer. No one really else springs to mind, really. I mean, they've had good games, but Cole Palmer's gone there and he's hit the ground running for me.
Gusto as well. I like Gusto.
And if you look at obviously he's come from the City Academy, so he's been in an environment where the best of the best are running about on whatnot of the young players, what the scouting works great. So I think for me, where he's come from, he will be a better player. And I agree with Mons. I'd go with the same thing because man like Enzobia Fernandez, bro, like he is not, he is overrated, blood. And you, man, all these man sat there thought, World Cup. Don't get me wrong, we've done the same. We fell for the World Cup trip with man like Scamra back, bro. So it happens, you know what I'm saying? But I just don't think Enzo has warranted a place to be a mainstay in the team, and I feel like his place should be under threat because, like you said, Gallagher's been the best midfielder they've had, but with Gallagher, at the end of the day, like you have to look, he's the captain, the vice captain, and there was talks of him being sold in the summer or whatever, or January. So it shows you that that's where it's a bit of a they don't really understand who's doing what and who's the best of what. But I agree. I think that that trio would probably be their best best midfield going forward.
Okay, fair enough. I'll throw mine in and then we'll wrap it up. I would go with Caicedo, and I'll agree with Mons on the Enzo thing. He can play certain games for 100%, but I'd go with Lavia, Caicedo, and I would throw Cole Palmer in the 10, and then I'll have Nkunku on the left with Sterling wide right. I think Nkunku could play off the left. I feel like they're struggling to get the right balance on the wing. So I think Nkunku could play off the left. Cole Palmer just gliding around. That's what 100% I would go with. Because I think Cole Palmer is a glider, and I think the way he travels with the ball in the 10, he could be silky in there. But guys, we're going to wrap it up now. Big up Tyler Jones with the super chat. I do massively appreciate that. You got in at the right time. So it's good football chat here, keeping it level-headed. That's what it's about, man. I'm not going to lie. Everyone knows I'm not a hype man anyway. I like to do football talk. I'm a football fan first. So when I'm hosting the show, that's what it's about, man. So big up. And obviously, we've got Months inside in the building as always. Obviously, regular and never a foul thing now. So make sure you go and subscribe to Big Six Bands because tonight they got a blockbuster. Everyone, if you're in the comments and you know when I mean blockbuster, what I'm talking about, I'm on about the shop that you'd go and rent out a DVD, go and rent out a little something for 2 nights for your popcorn. They're not around no more, but at your retail part, there was something called Blockbusters, and I know these two remember it. So yeah, tonight we've got a blockbuster Thursday at Big Six Bands, 8:30, Liverpool, Arsenal stream as well. So make sure you look into that, chaps. Big up as always, my brother, for coming on. Obviously, we don't know Traps. He's part of the Mandem Talk show with me on Saeed's channel as well, which is every Wednesday, which was crazy. We had Avellino on with us yesterday, so big up Avellino as well. But Traps, love for coming on as well, my brother.
Always a pleasure, man. Always a pleasure.
Nah, big up
the chat, man. Big up the chat. Big up the Never a Foul family, man. Daps, Cass. I know Cass is not well. Get well soon and that, man. But big up everyone in the chat, man. Big up Mons. Big up everyone, man.
Come on,
love that. Wicked.
Quick,
I'm gonna plug it in quickly, Margie.
Well, of course, obviously, guys, we're 7 subscribers away from 7,300 subscribers. So would love to get those 7 subscribers, and we'll get this blockbuster stream later on kicking off right by just starting on 7.3K. Why not? You know what I'm saying?
There we go.
We're working hard and we're trying to get as much content as we can out for you guys. So as much as we're shameless and we're shouting and screaming, this is entertainment for you guys, man. We're trying to provide that every single day for you lot. So yeah, man, big up the chat. We got everyone, and let's prepare for a crazy weekend, man.
Yeah, man, that's what I'm saying. Game start tonight as well. You got Palace against Brighton. So I need to do my FPL and get that sorted out.
Oh, it's guys. Friday. Oh, shouldn't have said that. Shouldn't have said that. You would have given yourself the advantage. I did not know that. I would not have done that team. Yeah, I didn't even know it was today.
Yeah, there you go. That's what I'm saying. But yeah, but Mons, I told you, Mons, I want you to win, my guy. I'm rooting for you. I've told you this. I'm rooting. Everyone don't know. I'm rooting for my little bro, man. I want Mons to do his thing.
He's trying to little bro me. He's trying to little bro me. He's trying to little bro me. You're not doing this. I sit top right now. Catch me. Hashtag catch me if you can. Catch me if you can.
I'm trying to do the calm thing, the press conferences. AJ and I talking later.
Hey, Mons, you're not running with the lonely at the top, lonely at the top stuff again.
No. Do you know what? I don't mind them, man. If you want to do the Arsenal thing and they start celebrating early, you know me. I'm experienced, chaps. My age shows it. My hair shows it. I wait until the end. I won't talk.
What Ty doesn't know is that Bournemouth game getting called off hurt him. Took a few points from him.
It did. I stayed humble. I stayed silent. I just, we've got to pick up. We've got to go into training today. Get mentally ready for this game week. But guys, now big up every single time. We didn't touch on the Super League too much. To be honest, I want to see what more stuff comes out of these. I saw the stuff was breaking as I started the stream, so it was kind of one of them ones. And I don't want to talk on something if I've not really read it yet. So we will touch on that in the next.
I just want to say one thing about that little time. One thing. New camp on a Saturday. I will be there no matter what.
And on that note, guys, we are out. Big up.